Hey everybody, I'm Debbie Belaus. I'm the owner of Qigong with Debbie. I'm a yoga, meditation, Qigong, and Taichi teacher. Today I want to talk about or demonstrate a very short routine. I call it a pick-me-up. It could be used, if you're feeling low energy during the day, you could do this short routine. Also, it's a great routine to do in the morning. I do this every morning. This helps to activate my system and kind of sets the tone for my day, especially if I don't have much time to dedicate to like a whole hour or something. I'll do this routine. So it's a combination of Qigong to activate the system and a little bit of Tai Chi to come into that tempo, that flow, like feeling that helps to lower your heart rate and bring yourself into a rest and digest system, which is a very healing system to stay in for most of your day. And if you're feeling really stressed out, this is a really good routine to do. So we're going to get started. So I call this oscillating. So we're oscillating the organs. We're starting to get some of our circulation going. We're activating the body. We're turning on all our systems. We're turning on our respiratory system. We're turning on our circulatory system, our lymphatic system, getting your synovial fluid moving for your joints. This is really good if you have arthritis. Again, you want to move in ways that are healing rather than harmful to the body, especially over the age of 55. Most of my students are over the age of 55. I love teaching to that population because I'm way over 55. And I have found this practice to be very beneficial for this stage of my life. So you can activate it a little bit more. We're also going to use that purging breath I talk about all the time, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. You're purging your toxins. Again, a great thing to do during the day, in the morning, especially after sleeping and lying still for 7 or 8 hours. I'm moving the shoulders up and down. You can exaggerate this because we have a lot of lymph nodes in the neck. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here. We have a lot of lymph nodes in the neck. So you're pumping those lymph nodes in the neck, start to get them working for you. They're part of your waste management team, your lymphatics, your lymph fluids and the lymph nodes. And then when you exhale out through the mouth, you're exhaling out all the toxins that the lymphatics have, to help stimulate that debris out of the body, basically. So this is called oscillating. So you can go slow, you can go quick. And then I call this the washing machine. So now we're stirring up the organs. We've got all these organs in our torso. We're stirring up some of those organs. You want to get that circulation going, the respiratory system going. You're getting your heart rate up a little bit also. Again, these are healing movements. This is going to help encourage the body to naturally find its equilibrium, to naturally find its healing mechanism. We just have to be really mindful of the movements, why we're doing the movements. It's very helpful. Intentionally move. And these are all intentional movements. And they're all natural. This is a natural-based practice that's 5,000 years old. So it has been time tested over the years. So that's the washing machine. You're twisting. Also, you're twisting the spine. Again, great for the spinal cord. And then stop. Now we go into what's called shaking the 9 gates. Shaking the 9. So you can probably see this on practically all of my videos. Because they're so beneficial. They're easy to do. You can do them anywhere, anytime, any place, and you don't need equipment. I'm also going to, after this video, I'm going to do another video sitting down because you can also do this sitting down. You might not be feeling that well. Maybe you hurt your knee or your hip, but you need to do something. And this would be a great practice to do. Also, if you're waiting in an airport, if you're sitting for a long time somewhere, you can do these practices also sitting. So we're going to continue with that purging breath. You can jump up and down on the heels and get your lymphatics moving because your lymphatics move through the pumping of your calf muscles. They pump the lymphatic fluids through the calf muscles, and then it moves through your lymph nodes, which we have almost 5,000 lymph nodes in the body. They're highly concentrated in certain areas of the body. They're all over your body, but they're highly concentrated in the neck, in the abdominals, in the back of the knees, underneath the armpits, and in the groin. Those are where they're really concentrated. So again, this is turning on your immune system, also your circulatory system, your respiratory system, lymphatic system, your fluids, your lymphatic fluids, your synovial fluids for the joints, cerebral fluids for the brain, spinal cord fluids for the spine, might be missing lymphatic fluids for the purification of your body. So we're shaking and continue with that purge breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. You're shaking off all the debris, We're getting some activation in the body and continue with that purge breath. Real important. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth, and then stop. Bring the palms of your hands together. You're probably going to notice a lot of sensation in the palms, and that's a good thing. This one is called knocking on the door of life. Now you can do it with your feet together, or if you want to separate, you can also do that and get more of a twist in the spine. So we want to move our spine in 4 flexions every single day. We want to do a twisting flexion, which we're doing now. We're going to do a forward flexion and a back flexion in just a moment, and a side flexion. So that's your twisting flexion. It's called knocking on the door of life. We're also knocking the kidneys, knocking. You can also tap the lungs, especially for this time of year where congestion starts to build up from the colder weather. A lot of pathogens coming in this time of year. We get our flu shot. We get a pneumonia shot. So this helps also with your immune system, knocking on the door of life. And then slowly bring that to stillness. It's little fist with the hands. Inhale, leaning back, open up. So that's a back flexion. Shift into your heels, compress the chin to the chest, and tuck your tailbone under. And then inhaling again, open up. So that's a back bend. This is a forward flexion, the back flexion. So far we've done a forward flexion and a back flexion. We're going to come into a little bit of a side flexion, but again, this feels so nice for your spine. Spinal cord's long, has a lot of functionality. You need to take care of it. This is one way, by moving the spine in these 4 flexions. And then from here, we're going to raise one arm up and we're going to lean over to one side for a side flexion of the spine. Easy stuff. You probably have done this your whole life in exercise classes, but it's important. So this is the side flexion of the spine. So we moved it into twisting flexion, forward flexion, back flexion, and a side flexion. Didn't take long, did it? It's really simple, really easy, and then release. We're going to now, it's called we're going to be tapping the whole body, again, for activation, for stimulation. It's also going to help with your coordination because you're activating your proprioceptors, which are your little proprioceptors on the surface of the skin that helps to navigate your place in space. They do go a little dormant. So we're waking this up, waking up the brain, getting some circulation to the brain, tapping the whole head, the skull, the back of the skull, where that is your vagus nerve. Talk about this a lot. It's your rest and digestive nerve. Real important to turn on every day. It helps with anxiety. It helps with stress. It keeps your body at a nice tempo of relaxation. So this is easy to do, just understanding why we do it. And then we're going to tap around the eyes to get some circulation to the eyes. We're going to tap on the ears, tap the base of the skull. We're going to take down the back of the neck to the throat, part of that vagus nerve. And then we're going to tap the thymus gland, which is at the sternum, the back of the sternum. This is your immune system gland. It helps to produce white blood cells. It's an actual gland that sits behind the sternum. And we want to activate it because it does shrink and we want to wake it up. So we're waking up our immune system by tapping the whole body. Now we're going to tap down the inside of the arm. This is part of your lung meridian energy line. Don't need to know that, but just know that you're activating your major organs with this tapping. This is similar to acupuncture. When you go to an acupuncturist, they work with your meridian lines. Back of the hand, up the back of the arm, and you can stay if your elbow's sore, if a joint is sore. Just keep tapping until you get some circulation to that area. To the back of the shoulder blade, and probably all of us hold tension. Let's do a couple of extra taps here. This area gets pretty tight. This is also part of your large intestine meridian line. Hard to believe that would be all the way up here. And then we're going to tap the neck, side of the neck, cross over to the nose, to the other side of the nose. Bring your arm behind you, and then you tap around your breast tissue. Again, we have a lot of lymph nodes here in this area as well. That's what we're activating here. Underneath the armpit, again, lymph nodes. Also, it's part of the heart meridian, down the side of the rib cage. And smile, inner smile, lift the corners of your mouth up. Easy thing to do. We forget to do it. It just lifts our spirit. We're going to come back to that thymus gland again. We're going to tap down the inside of this arm a few times, activating those long meridian lines. We're going to tap our hands. Again, activate your proprioceptors. And we're going to tap on the outside of the arm to the back of the shoulder blade. Give yourself a few extra taps here. It's an area that gets pretty tight for most of us. Side of the neck over to the other side of the nose, large intestine meridian line. And then around the breast tissue again, really good for the breast, and also lymph nodes underneath the armpit, heart meridian. Also lots of lymph nodes here. And then down the side of the rib cage. From here, we're going to tap the whole trunk of the body. What sits in here? All of our organs, lots of lymph nodes, also in the abdominal area. shaking up, rebounding all of the organs so they're not squished, they're not tight, they're not congested, and they're getting the fluids that they need to run your body. And then we're going to tap the front of the hips, big bone density area. This is really good for bone density as well. I forgot to mention that. Side of the hip, because you're breaking down the bone by shaking it, rebounding, it's called. Tapping your glutes, rub your kidneys, jump up, and we're going to jump up and down 10 times here to activate the kidneys and the bladder. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Smile. Backs of the legs. Stay at the back of the knees. Lots of lymph nodes. The back of the knees, down your calves, round the feet, inside of the legs. We have liver, spleen, kidney meridian along the inside of the legs, down the side of the legs, gallbladder meridian, up the front of the legs, stomach meridian, all the way to the stomach, abdominal area, and lots of lymph nodes here again, stimulating those lymph nodes. Continue with your purging breath. Continue to smile. Tap, 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 tap. Hold. Hopefully you feel stimulated, circulated. Stimulated. Let's lift up that energy up, lift up your spirits for the day. Start the day feeling bright, lots of vitality, stimulated, clear. So we're just lifting up that energy and then release. Let's wiggle it out a little bit, shake off any tension you might have in your body. Let's sway it out, little extra release. We're going to do a little bit of Taichi flow because it sets a tempo for the day. We're going to work at a 4-second tempo, and I'll explain as we go. Let's start with just lifting the arms up, gathering that earth energy, draw it in to the lungs, shift it down, and sink that energy. Remember, energy's around us, and we're tapping into that resource. Sink that energy down. So now you feel grounded. Maybe bend the knees a little bit more, sink down so you can spring up. Springing up. So again, this is good for balance. This is good for feeling grounded and rooted in your body, grounded with the earth, grounding with the natural amenities all around you, and sink. Now separate one leg out to the side, and we're going to lift up the arms for a count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Shift into the heels, bend the knees, exhale. 2, 3, 4. Stay with this rhythm. Sometimes it's hard to slow it down, but this is where we start to feel a little bit of a flow happening. A little bit of slowing down. Slowing down is not a bad thing. Slowing down, you're feeling the energy moving through you because it's all around you and it's inside of you. And now we're moving it through us with intention, with these movements, these slow and steady movements of Tai Chi. Tai Chi means supreme energy. It's the supreme energy. It's the most healthiest energy that you can maintain by a 4-second count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to bring them out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe in and out through the nose, slowing the system down. Gathering the energy around you, storing it internally, lifting up, smiling, lifting up your spirits, sinking and grounding yourself into the natural earth element, lifting and springing up. So the arms aren't working, the energy is helping you lift up. So you root down, and then it's easy to just lift up. Easy to lift up. This time, we're going to lift up the earth energy to the sky. You're going to look up at the sky. These are nice to do outside if you can, bringing that energy all around, lifting up, trying to stay with that 4-second tempo. We never want to rush Tai Chi. So we stimulated with the Qigong. Now we're moving. It's like moving energy around you. You're separating it, circulating it, you're using it. Spiraling here. This time the backs of the hands come up, fingertips are up. We're spiraling the energy out and around, spiraling rotation, lifting up. And then we'll come up again. This time we're going to bring the palms of the hands together, and we're going to move over to this side. The head comes to the other direction. We come to this side, the head comes to the other direction. We're just going to go from side to side. This is called swimming dragon. And you could feel this from the feet to the hips, to the arms, to the head and the neck. We're just going from side to side, like a dragon swimming in the ocean. You can exaggerate the movement and get a bigger rotation here. Continue to feel the smoothness of the energy moving through you. It's very, also very helpful for any inflammation that you might be feeling, finding that 4-second tempo, finding that supreme energy, that supreme movement of slow and steady, smooth, graceful. Swimming dragon. It's one of my favorite movements. So this is just a little taste of these practices, but in such a short period of time, you can feel a difference. Then you can start bringing the arms up. This is a spiraling movement. This is a coiling movement, bringing it all the way up and then releasing down. We're going to do one more movement where we step out to the side, and now we're pushing the energy out through the hands, leaning back, bring it in, push out, bring it in, feeling it in the air moving through the fingers. It's like you're dancing with energy that's around you. We're just pushing out, energy pushes out, energy retracts in. Energy pushes out, energy retracts in. Energy pushes out, and energy retracts in. We'll do the other side, stepping out, pushing out, drawing in, pushing out. Again, this will settle your body to go into that 4-second tempo, feeling the lightness of being, feeling energized, stimulated, and relaxed, all at the same time. All at the same time. So you're just pushing forward, you're shifting before, you're shifting back. Good for balance. Shifting forward, shifting back. We're going to step back in, and then we're going to cross our wrists. You can separate the legs a little bit. We're harmonizing the earth and the sky. We're harmonizing the yin and the yang. It's also a crossing over energy, moving the energy, crossing it over. It's a very good stimulation for the brain as well. Easy stuff. The hard part is just intentionally moving with grace, letting go, to flow, to live in that state, deep relaxation, but also feeling energized all at the same time. And then we'll do one more and just let that all settle in. See how you're feeling. Let's step the legs back in. We're going to take some energy out to the side, and we're going to balance ourselves for the day. Feeling balanced, feeling energized, feeling stimulated, but not nervous, relaxed, healthy, grounded. Release, and then we sway like a bamboo in the wind, letting the chi go where it needs to go. In other words, if you're feeling any discomfort in your body, imagining maybe a color of light moving through that area that might be giving you a little bit of trouble or pain or discomfort. You want to feel comfortable in your body, and that means paying attention to how you're feeling on a daily basis. And this practice will help you have a body, mind, and spirit connection. And then we'll gather again, bring it together, closing out, letting this practice bring for you whatever you need today. And thank you for joining me today. Namaste to all of you. Hope to see you again. Be well, everyone. Enjoy your day.